She goes back again. She goes back again. She comes back again. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. Thank you very much.
Always a classiest. Merrill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my Songwriter album.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Wow. So, like, when you're going to do one song, like, how do you know which one you're going to do?
On the taxi on the way over here.
That's you. Does it just talk to you, like, say,
Whatever.
play me, play
That's
me?
a summer song. This one.
Yeah.
It's about July and it's about
Rain.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. So you've been around the world a little bit lately.
Yeah.
And how was everything?
Japan was amazing. I got these lovely shoes in Japan.
Oh, they're so Japan. They're beautiful.
And
Wow.
surfers. I played this club called Surfers at a beach called Sushi. Just near-
Sushi? Does that
like
sound like
sushi, sushi.
Yeah?
The sushi with
Do
the
they
Z.
serve sushi on that beach?
They did.
Ah, sushi on sushi.
And I did an acoustic set and a live electric set
Nice.
that day. And I got these free shoes from the club. And
Aww.
I paid a lot of money to do the show, which was broadcast live on TV.
How cool is that? In Japan?
Yeah.
Wow. So when you walk around in Japan, do people stop you?
People over 40. They remember me.
That's not bad.
But actually, there was a whole new renaissance of my press over there. Because I did Bunka Hoso Radio, which was like the BBC over there.
Okay.
And I did their main show, and I did an interview with a newspaper called Yomiuri, Daily Yomiuri, and there's 10 million readers every day. So
So
it kind
people
of
read it.
put me back into the mainstream. That's because the last trip I was over for the Arrows reissue,
Yeah.
which was from 1976, and you know, it had two versions of I Love Rock and Roll, the B-side and the A-side version.
What's the difference?
Well, the A-side's polished and Mickey Mouse paid attention to it. The B-side was done in 15 minutes.
Which do you prefer?
I like the A-side version
Okay.
much better.
All right.
The first time, when I first recorded I Love Rock and Roll, there was a Thames television crew up my nose while I was singing. And we did the cut in 15 minutes, the B-side. Mickey Mouse was doing they were doing a documentary about bands who will never make any money off of their B-sides. And the ironic thing is we're doing I Love Rock and Roll.
Wow.
One of the biggest earning songs of all time.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. I love rock and roll. It's like a song that, like, it just has its own life.
It does.
It's like you can't meet even a 3-year-old that doesn't know that song.
That's true.
And then you can't meet, like, any age. Everybody knows that song. It's like, I think more than any song, like almost like Mary Had a Little Lamb or ABC. It's like I Love Rock and Roll is right in there.
And you know it's old.
I just wonder, how many times is it at the end? Like, what's
That
the real...
depends. I just put my hand up.
But
That's it.
what's the real amount? Like, how many times, like, did you do it on the original?
I think it was 6. Around
Yeah,
there.
because it's longer than you think, and
Yeah.
it always comes back, and I love that. I hate when it ends early, but I'm always surprised when it's the last one.
I like it when it ends early now because I run out of
Yeah.
breath because I'm that old.
So that's the skeleton, huh?
That's what, no.
Oh,
I have a better skeleton.
No, the only
good.
cool thing about it is
That's
putting
a
at the
good
time.
one.
Okay.
I love these prepared
Let's go
skeletons.
back to 1981, and I'm on tour with Rick Derringer, and we're in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And we got there a day early, and playing the club before us, the day before us, was Muddy Waters.
Speaking of,
Right, and they were on the same label, Blue Sky, CBS subsidiary in New York. So Muddy gets whispered that Rick Derringer's in the audience with his band, and Muddy says, "I want to thank everybody. My label mate is here today. Rump Danger, Rump Danger." So for about a week on the tour bus, we were calling Rick Rump.
oh,
And so
Rump
we
Ranger.
played the next night in Halifax, and after the gig, a really super gorgeous ballet dancer came on to me, and I was like, okay, who's going to say no?
Well, you never do.
No, I'm a slut. I'm a very proud slut. Anyway, so we had a good time, and we played 2 nights in Halifax. So the next night we did the show, and she came over to me, but there was this blonde that I was looking at, and this is like I cringe about this to this day, because this ballet dancer was a sweet girl, and she assumed that we were going to go back to the hotel together. Instead, I went with the blonde, and the poor girl was crying, and it just.
You broke the ballerina's heart.
That's my pretty ballerina.
Oh.
I had a date with a pretty ballerina, and I screwed it up.
Oh, you broke her soul.
I don't know. It's just these kind of things that make you feel bad years later.
Yeah. You think she got over you?
Of course.
Oh, good.
I didn't get over doing that to her, though.
Oh,
that's my
a slut with a heart. With a conscience.
She's vicious.
Oh.
Song in there.
She's rock and roll.
A slut with a conscience. You can write it.
So what I found interesting in Japan was automatic pilot. My other
That's a great. Yeah.
That's as possible as popular as popular as I Love Rock and Roll in Japan.
Oh.
And my publisher in England just got it placed for a commercial in England.
Oh, good for you.
So that's another one. Thank you.
Wow.
The reason is because it's got that Gary Glitter beat, but they can't have Gary Glitter songs on English commercials now. So I got in there because it has the same beat.
Oh, that's great. Do you know what it's for? What kind of commercial?
She didn't specify yet. She doesn't want to jinx it.
Oh, that's good.
But that's Mickey Mouse's daughter, Natalie.
Good for you. Good for you. So, any shows coming up? I know you've been playing like almost every night.
I'm playing a lot, yeah. I might do a show with George Cameron, who's here today from the Left Bank.
Yay,
On
George.
July the 26th in Marysville. We go back a long, long way, me and Georgie. I've known him since 1966.
So when you were like in elementary school?
But no, I was in high school and I was.
Were you in first grade together?
The first time I met him, I was rehearsing at the Left Bank's recording and rehearsal studio, which is called World United, I think. And I was rehearsing with Shelley Leader, who was with the Jagged Edge, and Mark Klingman, Moogie Klingman.
Oh yeah.
They were all kids though, and 15, so we were rehearsing for a Tim Leary party.
Wow. So was there acid like
at the party? Yeah. Yeah,
of course. So drink the Kool-Aid, right?
I stayed up in Millbrook, which was Tim Leary's bastion of experiments, because my mother's best friend was funding him, Peggy Hitchcock from the Norman family, and so I was a very early LSD imbiber. At 14, I started.
And that explains it all. Exactly.
You can tell what all the chromosomes did.
So just
made
tell
him
that.
famous.
Yeah, that's the ballerina. Just tell her it's not your fault. Exactly. So, July 26th.
July 26th, Bearsville.
Where's that?
That's up Woodstock, I think.
Ah.
And I did the Poisson Rouge tribute to Michael Brown with George and his new Left Bank, great band.
Yay! And, we got to get you back here, George. Yeah. And so, how did you guys meet?
Well, we officially met. I was told not to talk to George or any of the Left Bank in 1966 when we were rehearsing up there because they were exclusive and we weren't allowed. It was Harry Lukowski, who was Mike Brown's father, said, "You can't talk. You can rehearse here, but as soon as they walk into this, you got to leave right away."
So they were like the big shots.
Right. So, but then there was an ad in the East Village Other, which was a free newspaper back in the day, and it said, "Hit New York band looking for a guitarist." So the rehearsals, the auditions were at Harlequin Studio, and it came down to two guys, me and Bob Kulick, who was a blues player who didn't sing. And I remember the conversation Tom Finn was having with George. We like the blues player, but this guy can sing, meaning me. And they were Tom was talking like I wasn't there,
Right.
And so.
It must have been all the acid they did.
Well, I'm sure. The Left Bank 2 album, TOO, is testament to LSD right there.
Ah.
But yeah, I mean, we all kind of experimented back in those days. That was acceptable.
And you think they're not experimenting in these days?
They have more severe chemicals now.
Yeah, of course. Everything is like LSD.
You got to be careful what you smoke now because it's laced with who knows what.
I know, but if you were a kid, what would you do?
I was a kid. I probably. No, my kids. I think all three of my kids haven't really been into
Good for you.
that I know of.
Right, exactly. There you go. No, they seem pretty straight laced,
Yeah.
your kids.
My youngest one's in Duke Law. She's really serious.
Good for her. Wow.
In her third year coming up.
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering the source.
A lawyer. So, what's the website you want people to visit the most?
It's alanmerrill.com, ALANMERRILL.com, and it has my tour dates on there and current events and whatever I'm doing.
Did you have a happy Father's Day?
I had a great Father's Day.
Good for you.
In increments. My oldest daughter was going to climb Mount Washington, so she had to get home. So we had an early brunch.
Where's Mount Washington?
It's the tallest mountain in
Manhattan?
No. In the United States. I assume it's Washington State.
I'm thinking like Washington Heights.
I don't know, but it's like the Mount Everest of America. New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ann Hussey.
Yeah, Mount Washington, New Hampshire.
Yes. So she climbed. She did it.
Wow.
And it requires some sheer climbing. So she's brave. She's athletic. She's with her husband. So they had a good time.
That's
so
cool.
I'm glad she got through it without being injured.
Yeah, of course.
You always hold your breath when kids do something,
daring.
that wild. Yeah.
Yeah, but they survived.
Am I allowed to say? I don't
Never
know.
mind. Never mind.
Oh,
She's over 30 now.
There you go.
She was born in London when I was still living there, and the arrows were going.
So does she have a double passport?
She doesn't. No, she never went for English passport. She could get it, but my son too.
Wow.
He's an artist. He's great.
Do you have only one passport?
Yeah, I only have one passport.
Yeah.
It just expired, actually.
You better hurry
I
up.
better hurry up.
Yeah. Well, you used it, I'm sure.
In
Yeah.
case I have a trip, I gotta have a passport.
Yeah, that sounds true.
But everybody should know it's easy. The service is the one to get a passport. You pay a couple $100, but you get it the next day. It's fantastic.
Oh, when you have an airplane ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always were nice to you if you had a ticket to
You
go.
gotta have a ticket.
Yeah, otherwise you have to wait. Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Good
So
military.
when is the next gig? Do you have any? I know
No,
you
that's-
said so many.
That's,
Look on your
I
website.
have to look on my website. I wake up every morning, look on my website, and see if I have a gig that day.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I totally get it. I
And
totally get
I don't
it.
know if it's an electric gig or
Yeah.
acoustic gig or if I'm just singing. It depends.
Well, wherever it is, it's guaranteed to be a good show.
I
Because
just
I've never seen you mess up.
Thank you.
It's true. You always have a good show, no matter
I
what.
did the Mississippi Day picnic a couple weekends ago. It was terrific.
Where's that?
That was in Central Park.
So it's not in Mississippi.
The mayor of there's no. They have it every year. The mayor of Mississippi comes to New York.
Yeah, right?
They had an Elvis impersonator.
It's the best word for everyone to spell when you're a little kid, though.
Yes.
It's your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's so proud when they learn. Did you learn how to spell that?
I missed it.
Hard to do if you have a lisp, though.
Well,
I'm sure.
even in Japanese, it's not bad, right?
No, there's no R's or R's.
Right, yeah, they can do it.
Good.
Yeah, that's good. So, Alan, you want to push a button?
The laugh track.
Give it up for the best, wonderful